Hey guys, how is it going? I'm back. Today we're going to talk about bench press and how to tell if you're on the right track while you're benching. Okay, so if you're starting your bench press with 45 pounds plate on each side, okay, if you do your first set and you wait a minute, minute and a half, or 45 seconds, well, however long you wait, and then you do another set of the same weight, which I recommend to really get properly warmed up. If your second set isn't noticeably easier, okay, from your first set, something's wrong, okay? Test this theory out. Now, if you're too tired, or if your body is too fatigued, or if your central nervous system is shot from doing a heavy leg day the day before, you will feel it, okay? So for me, if I do a heavy leg day and next day I do bench press and I do my first set with a 45-pound plate on each side, and I do my first set and then I do my second set of the same weight, if my second set doesn't feel lighter than my first set after having a break of a minute or 2 minutes or however long of a break you take, I do not bench. Okay, I stop and I go to something either lighter or I pick a totally different exercise, because what your body is telling you is you're fatigued and you're tired. So when benching, your first set is going to be always a little bit rusty. Now your second set should be a lot easier, noticeably easier, way more easier, maybe 30% easier than your first set. If you can't notice that, and you notice your second set is even harder or just as hard and rusty, and you feel really just not there, I would not bench, because that's a recipe for injury. Okay, now test this theory. Nobody in the fitness industry is going to talk about this theory right here. Your second set being lighter, much lighter. And the reason it should be lighter, because now you've already done your first set. Now your muscles in your body has blood in the right areas to lift that weight. Now with that being said, if you have blood now in the areas that will help you lift that weight, and now you're doing your second set, and your second set isn't noticeably easier, well, something is up. Either you're too fatigued or I don't know. But for me, I tested this theory on a lot of my friends and people that I train, and everybody agrees and everybody notices that the second set has to be easier than your first set. Okay, so if you're starting your first set with the 45-pound plate on each side, you do, let's say your first set will be 12 to 14 reps. Now you take a break for a minute. Now you do your second set of the same same weight. If you don't see a drastic change in the lightness, if it's not much, very lighter than your first set, something is wrong. You're too fatigued, and I would suggest go do a totally different exercise, maybe do some machines or maybe do some cables. Because this is a theory that I came up with, and I tried it and I tested it with many of my clients, many of them, the people that I train, a lot of my friends. They all noticeably said, yes, after I did my first set, it was a little bit rough, but my second set was much better. Now, if your second set is worse than your first set or just as hard, you're not on the right track. You should maybe change your exercise, because bench press is a blunt weight. There's no cables, there's no machine. It's just sort of blunt weight on top of you, and here, deal with it. Now, when you're very tired like that, and your second set is just as hard as your first set, even though you have blood in the muscles now from your first set, something is wrong. Your body's fatigued, your central nervous system is shot, or something. I don't know, maybe you've done a heavy leg day the day before, but if you don't notice that your second set is much lighter, where you could maybe even get more reps, I would suggest just put the bench press down, put it down, and move on to another exercise, or maybe even do another body part, because that's your body telling you, hey, I'm tired, okay? I cannot do this today. And I've been there, I've done that. So, like I said, try this theory out, and I guarantee you guys, in the whole fitness industry, nobody talks about this little theory that I came up with, that I sort of noticed over the years of training And I've asked my clients if they notice it too. And they all have said the same thing. Yes, I noticed my second set is much easier and much lighter. That's how you know you're on the right track. Okay? Now, if your second set is lighter, you're on the right track. You keep going. But if your central nervous system is shot and your body's fatigued, your second set is going to feel just as rough as your first set. And when you're feeling that rough or that tired, that's just a recipe for injury, or you don't know. Anything can happen, because bench press is a dangerous exercise, especially when you start getting into the heavier weight. So guys, try this theory out. Let me know if you tried it, and maybe you probably noticed, you should probably notice it too, because from your first set you've already put some blood in the muscles. Your second set with the same weight should be much lighter. Okay, I've tried it many times. If you guys want to try it out, let me know how it goes for you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subs. I know it's ridiculous, but I'm trying. If you guys can help me out before I lose my mind. Thank you, and I'll see you guys on the next one.